from the cover to the title to the music and to the fashion and even to the playing the part of it in interviews. Mm-hmm. That's really good. And the story playing like that, the story, that's
all just, for method acting.
Oh,
and there's just
method acting, but for an album. Good morning, good noon, good evening, wherever time and place you listen to us from, straight from the 909. It's Mark.
Yo.
Ali.
What up?
Myself, Isaiah, and together,
that's hip hop.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really means a lot. Today we're discussing an MC who built a career defined by artistic range, cultural commentary, and creative risk-taking. His musical style blends hip-hop, funk, soul, R&B, and psychedelic influences, often shifting dramatically from project to project. His early works lean towards introspective and witty rap, while later releases embrace genre-bending sounds and conceptual storytelling. Beyond music, Childish Gambino's broader artistic presence as a writer, actor, and creative on the Atlanta series has amplified his legacy as a multidisciplinary voice who challenges expectations and uses art to explore identity. Also, he challenges other things too, race, fame, and also modern American culture. We're talking about his second studio album, Because the Internet, released on December 10th, 2013 by Glassnote Records. The album was produced mostly by Childish Gambino himself, but also includes Ludwig, Pop Levi, Stefan Ponce, and Thundercat. The album features Chance the Rapper, Problem, Azalea Banks, and Jean Aiko. Is that how you pronounce her name? Janae, thank you. I recently saw her too, so I should have got that right. Singles include 3005, Crawl, Sweatpants, and Telegraph Ave. Gambino also released a short film with this called Clapping for the Wrong Reasons, and a 72-page screenplay to go along with the album and promotion of it. Because the Internet debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200 and number 12 on the Canadian Albums Chart, the album received a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Album, and it was certified gold by February 2016. The length of the album is 57 minutes and 52 seconds.
Are we missing anything else? Is he like a Michelin star chef, a neurosurgeon,
point guard,
probably
nuclear physicist,
the guy of many hats?
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Ring announcer,
right?
Ring announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Fight Night. I'm Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I mentioned he was going to play Yoshi in the next film.
Yes.
And that just right on cue with what he does.
I mean, you got to think he's the only MC that has, at least, I don't know if he's the only one, but he's an MC that has a Grammy, a Golden Globe, and an Emmy. I don't know another MC that has all three. You know, like, there's MCs with an Emmy and a Grammy, but I don't know if there's one with a Golden Globe as well. Like, that's...
Ice-T is like, damn it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if one that has all three of those.
Is Will Smith 2 out of the 3? Because he does have an Oscar.
You know what Will Smith may have. Let me.
Fresh Prince for sure.
Real quick.
I don't know if he got like a daytime Emmy for Fresh Prince.
Well,
Emmy's a TV, right?
We're gonna get that. Yeah, it's TV. Emmy's a TV. Yep, we're gonna look at it.
I don't know if they've ever qualified him for Best Supporting Actor or Best Actor.
Right. So he could have got snubbed for that.
Because he got an Oscar for
no Emmys.
Okay.
No Emmys.
He does have a Golden Globe and a Grammy, but no Emmys.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I chose him because he's like one of those MCs that like popped up on you. Like you couldn't ignore it, especially like This Is America. That one was so big.
And that was the first rap song to win Record of the Year at the Grammys. So the only rappers that have Record of the Year is Childish Gambino and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
That's it. For not
Great commentary for the time. Like it felt like he just nailed it. Like captured the essence of like what all the chaos that we were going through.
The
like,
timing was
captured
perfect.
It perfectly.
Music video was all done in one take.
Yeah. That
how do you do that?
Nuts.
How do you do that?
It's talent.
And then another big track was, of course, his R&B like record.
Redbone.
Redbone.
Yes. That was another huge one when that came out.
That came out around the time for like Get Out, right? Wasn't that for Get Out? I think that was played.
And it was used for Get Out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was used in Get Out.
Yeah. So that was and also that in itself, like to change it up that dramatically. From what people are expecting to hear from you and it just completely go left on everybody. That to me there's some people in our lives, and you guys could probably relate to this. There's people in our lives where we know that are like that, multi-talented and like pretty much anything they touch.
Yep.
But to do it on this big of a scale where there's like money behind all this stuff, like where you could financially suffer if you fail, that is really remarkable. The fact that he is just knocking it out of the park on anything he touches on the big stage.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I never got to really watch Atlanta, but I know that was a big show.
Huge.
I know that was a successful
Great
show
show.
too.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one, Ali?
Yeah, I followed it more so in the beginning. But yeah, it was hilarious. It was a unique take on the city. You know, he had a lot of great cameos in. He had a funny episode with the Migos. That episode was super good. But yeah, Atlanta was just basically just following, you know, a young man's journey, you know, in Atlanta and the various ways of being, you know, perceived as black in Atlanta. You know what I mean? He dealt with regular everyday issues. From it could be anything from relationship issues to he had like issues, like he had a customer service problem in one episode that was hilarious. Like just various things you can literally just look up scenes on TikTok and just be like, oh my
I'm
gosh.
thinking like Portlandia, but for Atlanta, maybe.
Yeah,
Sort of
Yeah.
like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, where the qualities of the specific city
Yeah,
are.
it's about that kind of city, the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. A comedian too. Like there's just,
Yep, he's done
so
stand-up.
much things this dude is good at. But you know, being an MC, that's a hard thing to do, and I think that there's also challenges doing it in the way he did it, like just
Yes.
kind of coming in and inserting himself and being able to like really be taken seriously. That part's the hard part. I feel like.
Yep. I mean, I first heard of him as far as because he came up. He's another one that was around. This is peak. Like this album came out a little towards the end of the blog era.
Yeah.
But as far as Childish Gambino as a whole, like he's one of the names that is always brought up when we talk about the blog era. You have to mention Childish Gambino. He came up right around that same time with all those other artists that started blowing up on the internet first, from Charles Hamilton to Wale to Kendrick to ASAP to Drake to whoever all of those artists around that same time. Childish Gambino is right there with all of those guys. Surprisingly, he never made a freshman cover, but the first time I ever heard him he was on the BET Hip Hop Cypher in 2012. So his first album came out in 2011. So, but I didn't really know much about his first album, but I saw him on the Hip Hop Awards Cypher in 2012, and he did this funny thing that he does in a lot of his freestyles. He even does it in a lot of his songs where he's spitting bars, and then all of a sudden he'll stop mid verse and just start having a conversation. He was like, he'll rap, be like, yeah, because like, you know, when you go to Starbucks and they run out of the certain thing you like, and you know, he'll just have a full on 10-second conversation,
and it works,
and then get right back into spitting. And it's one of those things he does, and he does it. I saw him do that. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a rapper do that before. Mid cypher verse, just start talking for 10 seconds and then get back in the spit.
Do it so smooth.
So smooth. Like it's like it was definitely orchestrated, but it was dope. He did it again he had a Sway freestyle. Same thing. He's spitting off the top, but then he stops and just starts, 15 seconds just talking about something, but then based on that topic gets right back into rapping.
Yeah. His pivots are super
amazing.
good.
So that was what stood out to me for him as an MC, because I had never seen a rapper do that before. And again, even not even just that he was talking, but it was what he was talking about. He was talking about frustration about Starbucks.
Yeah,
like,
and it's humorous, right?
Humorous,
it's kind of like
it's funny,
like a Tarantino sort of like like sidebar.
And it's something that it's something that's refreshing, because I always thought he was refreshing too, because he is a different picture of what a young black dude could be at the time. You know what I mean? He wasn't, on no street shit. He wasn't, he didn't have the same usual story as a rapper.
Yeah.
So I always gravitate to, I like MCs that can show you different sides of what being young and black can be. And Childish Gambino did it effortlessly. And one other thing I'll mention about him early on, because I was like, Childish Gambino, what kind of name is that? And I found out he literally came up with that with the Wu name generator.
Yeah.
Like we all played.
It came around, like people started hearing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you could do this with your name.
Yeah,
but to really go with your career.
Actually make that your MC name.
He took it for real.
And literally, that's my name. That's my rap name, Childish Gambino. Done. Like hilarious. Like I actually Googled it to see if it was still around. Because I remember we used to play with that thing back in this is like early internet.
Right.
So this is like 03, 04. Like this is early internet stuff. But I Googled it earlier to see if it was still around. And it still is around. Yeah. So I wanted to see what my Wu-Tang name would be based on the update. And it was they came up with Foremost Thunder. Foremost Thunder. Go figure.
We'll save that for the next
freestyle. Foremost Thunder.
Childish Gambino, man, he was again a very necessary MC in the blog era, and like I said, it's dope that we're covering him.
Now, Mark, you mentioned a little something like interesting, like you kind of had. It wasn't really like kind of like your cup of tea at the time, like or was that the case with you?
Yeah, when someone explained it to me the first time, I knew Donald Glover as a funny guy. Mm-hmm. This is kind of akin to where if I would have heard in the 80s if Eddie Murphy started just rapping. Mm-hmm. Instead he does singing, which he actually did a really good record of Party All the Time. But in this type of genre is kind of interesting to tackle because he's doing the route in reverse. Mm-hmm. Take Will Smith, for example. Will Smith, Fresh Prince, starts off there, does an actual show called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah. And then goes into acting and then, does all, I say acting into films and all that. And then from there, Donald Glover starts, Community, does that, starts his shows and then does, eventually does go into film and raps too. It's harder to do what Donald Glover's doing, in my opinion.
Yes, it is harder.
Because what's established first for a musical artist is the fact that, hey, look, he is or she is great at what they do in the music realm. That comes with charisma. It comes with delivery. It comes with a sense of theater, doing your songs and everything, live performance, all that. You see those qualities up front. Take it to film. A lot of them take off. A lot of artists that start from music and go into film, they take off. Yeah. Donald Glover's case is a little different. We see the sides of the anti-MC sides of somebody where they're funny, doing crazy jokes, doing a very quirky kind of comedy. A lot of people would listen to Childish Gambino had they not known about Donald Glover and probably wouldn't even associate the same person.
Exactly.
Right.
So, but there's a bigger challenge for Donald Glover in this case, and any artist that tries to tackle this route, because you still have to rap really nice. You still got to be nice on the mic. Being nice on the mic's already established first for the reverse route.
Right.
We already know you're a good actor. Come to our realm. Let's see how you're doing there. Like it's, a good case in point is when Mike Tyson went to the WWF for a little bit with the feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels. We kind of knew he was the baddest man on the planet, but the element is how are you going to translate that into the wrestling ring?
Yeah.
The storylines and stuff.
Was there any actor or anybody or can remember that did try it and didn't work? Like that did go to rap that just did not like
into rap?
There's that one guy from that we were about to cover. I think something Austin Green or no.
Dude from 90210?
Yeah, the guy from 90210. He was, but he's more of like a sublime rapper. He's more of like a ska influence kind of rapper. But see, those careers we don't remember because they didn't take off.
Nope.
Shaq's worked. Shaq actually
worked.
From basketball to rap, yes.
From basketball to rap. But we're thinking like,
but Shaq too is one of those like multi-dimensional guys. He's like one of those guys.
And the other one that kind of did it in reverse, not with rap, but with R&B was Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we see him on In Living Color first. Then he put an album out, but people really couldn't take him seriously at first when he first dropped it. Even though there's good records on there, but it was hard to take him seriously as an actual singer, even though Jamie Foxx is an amazing singer.
Right. Yeah.
Then he had to kind of reinvent himself, go do the Jamie Foxx show, do more stand-up, do Ray, and then he goes back into music, and that's when his career takes off musically.
Yeah.
Kanye, when he put him on Slow Jams, then it was like, okay, Now we can take.
Most Def was one that acted first and kind of, but that was.
But
so
nobody
early.
knew. But no one really knew him though for
one knew
acting.
him, though.
Like yes, you're right. He was acting, but it's not like he was on like a huge sitcom
Yeah.
or in some big feature films
Yeah.
and then said I'm a rap.
Th-
He was
that's a
doing
good
like plays and but you're right though. Like he did do it first, but he was able to do it kind of on the low. We didn't
low at
see
the same
him
time.
like I said. We didn't see this successful.
Yeah.
Big sitcom from like he was Childish Gambino. See, I always refer to him as Childish Gambino because that's how I knew him first. I didn't know about him doing like Community or 30 Rock. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I guess he blew up on like I think it was YouTube or something. He blew up on first. They had their channel.
Yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
did like a skit channel.
Then a show called Mystery Squad.
Yeah, Mystery Squad. Yeah. So he was doing all kind of stuff, but again, I had never heard of him at all until I saw him on the Cypher. Like that was the first time I ever heard of him in anything. So again, everybody has their different paths of where you find him. But again, he had been doing big, sitcoms and comedy shows and things like that. But again, to do like you said, to make it in that realm and then go back into him, that's hard.
It's hard for people to achieve what I wanted to bring up would be called the successful side quest.
Yes.
And to top it off too, he's for the Super Mario
right.
franchise.
Yeah.
As an MC, voice of Yoshi, and actor, comedian, producer.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's really
some
unbelievable.
people have that touch.
Like 20 years later, we're gonna be like, "Hey, we covered Childish Gambino." Well, formerly Supreme Court Judge Donald Glover, like
Supreme Court
the
judge.
honorable.
Yeah, I'm really trying so hard to think of an actor. I can think of sports people easily, but
Yeah.
like acting people, that's very slow.
Yeah.
Backwards and drop out successful albums,
Yeah,
that's very
Max
slow.
Kellerman.
win Grammys.
He was a rapper first.
But right, he actually rapped first. He's one that did rap first before going into sports. Yeah,
When Mark brought that up, I was like, no,
that dude did rap.
Oh, yeah.
he was serious.
He was serious. But yeah, like you said, to do the reverse, he's really the only
Yeah.
major success story in hip hop.
But and then you guys do see the challenge in that though, right?
Yeah.
To where it's like, hey, look, like I need that same Jamie Foxx like validity, but I need it on a grand stage of rap. That's tough to do.
Hard.
Like you maybe have homies that are in the business, but you don't want to be, you don't want to see like put yourself out there like that. You kind of have to earn it at that point. You still have to pay your dues like that. And we see that he ended up paying his dues like with his talent up front. You know what I mean? It's just a difficult thing to do in the beginning, which is, seeing the success of something else first and then trying
It's
to
gonna
go into
overshadow whatever you do. Like you're gonna be thought of as, oh, that's the actor trying to rap.
Yes.
It's gonna like really overshadow it. Like but in this case, he kind of broke that mold where it doesn't overshadow it.
Yeah.
It just complements it. If anything.
I like it because he is self-aware. He tends to break the fourth wall.
Yeah. a
And
lot.
with those barriers taken down, he's exposed himself in a way to where we all know what's going on. Like he's that guy. He's like, we all know what's going on. Let me do my thing. Let me show you how nice I am on the mic. And, peace to the people that actually give him the platform to do it. He could have been self-funded and tried to go on labels like that.
And to
but,
do it so differently and more effort than the average rapper, right?
Oh, yeah.
The rollout for what just everything that he's putting to promote this, dropping singles, doing a screenplay, doing a short film, like this was he did this in 2013. Like rappers are barely starting to do stuff like that now.
Yeah.
And he was doing that in 2013 already. So to me, he was not only did he inject himself, but he was also doing it in such a refreshing, different way that
Absolutely.
like, rappers just were not doing all that. Weren't putting all that effort into.
And a good benefit to him too is that he has different genres he can expand to.
Yeah, that
So-
people don't even know about yet.
Yeah, and he's not even in a position where it's like, this is all I got is just spitting bars. No, well, he makes the beats.
Yeah.
He does that. He knows the theater element of what you need for
Yeah.
when people listen to you. You take the element of people seeing you on stage or seeing you on camera, and you know what you have to do like audio wise, and you got to be more over the top.
Yeah, I just find it kind of all fascinating. Like even with this project, it's even the just him being a part of the production of this as well. Like the production's even off kilter. Like it's not even just his lyrical performance, but also the production in it. I know his hands are involved in all that. And so like that was a little bit different. And the way he brought his sound, you know, it didn't sound a whole lot like other stuff. That to me was dope. And then also too, like the fact that, like how you were saying, like he explores these kind of nuances. Like it's not just like funk, but it's also psychedelic. It's also like different concepts. Yeah. He's like delving into all these different things all at the same time. What do you guys get like style wise hearing Childish Gambino? What's like one of the forefront things that come to mind when you think about style? If I had to like just kind of name some names to, you know, maybe bring up some, and I haven't really heard him go into depth as far as his influences, but based on what I hear, at times he can kind of go in this kind of Eminem space. You know, he kind of does it here and there, you know, where he'll kind of speed up his raps with a different vocal inflection. Definitely Andre 3000, experimentation, singing. Or maybe Eminem got something off of him even.
Could be. I mean, to me, it's because to me, it sounds like later Eminem. Like when I say Eminem, I'm not talking like Slim Shady era. I'm talking more like recovery, kind of like later Eminem.
Oh, okay. So
you know what I mean? Just where like M, like on the what song was that? Forever.
Yeah. Like
kind of when he like speeds up at the end and kind of raps like that. To me, Childish Gambino does that a few times on this album. Like I said, definitely, like I said, Andre 3000 with the experimentation, not only with his, you know, physical style, but also just, you know, going into the singing and the really kind of psychedelic realms of you know, music, and just how he can touch many different ways vocally. Maybe a little, I would say maybe a little Lupe in there. You know, just not necessarily in subject matter, but again, just really bringing that kind of intellectual, regular hip hop guy element into his rap.
I see as you were saying that, I see a lot of Tyler the Creator.
For sure.
A lot of
similar movement. I mean, the movement actually I was watching an interview of his earlier. They mentioned kind of like how, you know, the Odd Future movement was a great source of youthful inspiration for him to kind of just go out and just do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And
I feel like he falls like right in that family.
And that's what, right. Like he could have been in Odd Future, right? If he was like a little younger, he would have been he probably would have been in Odd Future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those dudes were really experimental,
just fly and experimental,
doing what they want to do, and they didn't give a fuck. That was literally what he said.
Style,
that's literally what Childish Gambino said in the interview. He said, "I loved what they brought to hip hop, the true I don't give a fuck nature of their movement, just doing what they want to do, and that's what he was trying to go for. Like I make what I want to make. I got the message I want to make. I'm not trying to fit in any type of box. Yes, I rap, but you can't put me in a box at all." So to me, it's hard to even, like, his style is so multi-layered. But to me, like I said, those are just the MCs I just think of when I think of his style kind of in one. Like I say, Lupe, 3 Stacks, and Eminem.
Yeah, he's out there like Cool Keith, but with more accessibility in terms of like, there's just tremendous range in the fact of like he can just go out there with, not as out there as Cool Keith, but he's out there. There's just a lot more talent with him because you see a unique range to him.
Yeah, and
that's not. He's a pioneer in that respect because it's hard to get one person that is like him. Yeah, we can give him Tyler the Creator. I can give him Cool Keith because I'm like, dude, Cool Keith's one of one, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just there's those unique abilities. And the fact is too is that when he raps, he has punchlines that there's not a lot of people would even dare cross or like get into, which we kind of need because there got to be the first person to do that.
Yeah, to do it.
And who better?
Right.
You know,
Childish Gambino.
Yep.
I like how you said range because when we think of range, usually we'll say, "Oh man, that actor has so much range. They could do so many different performances." But like we're talking about Childish Gambino's range is multi-dimensional. Like it crosses out of different. Like it goes into a whole different art form. Like it's like whole, and it's good. It's not even average. It's like highly good quality at the same time.
He's one of the few artists where you can go to YouTube and type Childish Gambino Sway freestyle, and you see him freestyling on Sway, legendary, pioneer in the game, true hip hop shit. But then you can also, YouTube Donald Glover So Into You cover, and he's in there singing the cover of Tamia's So Into You, like on some real R&B type. Like, it's just like when I first saw that cover, I'm like, he really sang that? Yeah. And it sounds amazing.
Like Tyrese, was he actor first and then singer?
No, he was singing first.
Singer first.
Oh,
man.
Mm-hmm. But well, it was kind of around. It happened kind of at the same time. But as far as serious acting, like big movies, that came after the R&B for sure.
That wasn't even rapping. That was singing.
Yeah, I was singing. Yeah,
because
he blew up off the Coke commercial. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then he started blowing up in R&B. Then the movies took off.
Yeah, but I mean that. There's just certain guys, man. But I love that he's doing something with it. Mm-hmm. Like he has it, and he lets you kind of in, and he explores, his talent in that, and gives it a shot. I mean, that's a risk. That's a risk that he takes on his end to do that, and he just knocks it out of the park, man. The guy is crazy. I really love this album that he put together. I feel like, for the time, like it's still aged very well. Mm-hmm. It applies even today because we're still learning. I mean, the internet, we're barely getting AI right now, and it still applies because the internet, it's still ingrained with the internet. And so with that, obviously the internet brings a lot of different mental health issues, and it brings all these other different concepts and things to talk about that nobody really has explored. And Childish Gambino's early on exploration of this, and he explores those nuances of like, what does it do? Like, and he's not even really like kind of explaining it. It's just kind of more of like, here's kind of my experiences, or here's my stories. And you kind of through that kind of get the understanding of like, yeah, I get it. Like, I get that feeling. I get that sentiment because that's how I feel from social media, or like it's really, I don't know. To me, it's brilliant in the way that he does it, because it's very hard subject to kind of tackle and even do it in such a smooth, cool way. Mm-hmm. Yet he does it and pulls it off.
Absolutely.
From the cover to the title to the music and to the fashion, and even to the playing the part of it in interviews. Mm-hmm. That's really good. And the story playing like that, the story, that's
all just, for method acting.
Oh,
and there's just
method acting, but for an album, you know what I mean? Like
you bring up a good point, Ali, because you can YouTube Childish Gambino / Donald Glover, and you can get him. You could get him going line for line in Community with Chevy Chase, freestyling, singing, comedy bit.
Yep. You can Google his. He had a stand-up special on Comedy Central.
His early video, he's probably showing you how to do an oil change on something.
Like, it's like, what can he not do?
Yeah. Plus his early, how people have early YouTube videos and they just do tutorials.
Yeah.
Probably has one about changing the oil in his car.
Hey guys, I'm Donald Glover, and I'm going to show you
trying out for the Hawks. Yeah, I'm sure he had to try out.
Master P route.
Right, he might not have made the team. I'm sure he tried out. I'm sure he did.
Try out for the Hawks.
Or the Braves. I'm sure he tried out. I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Talking about the album cover, for those who are listening, we're looking at like a reddish, light reddish, pinkish hue, and then it's Childish Gambino kind of staring at you. He looks like, I don't know, almost kind of like he's a void, like there's a void or some sort, like he's looking at you, but then at the same time you could tell like maybe he's over it or some sort of feeling like that. And then he's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, and then just staring at you intently, but then also like I don't know, like there's some sort of void or loneliness there.
Well, the void. I'd like to add emphasis to that because you don't see his irises.
Yeah, no, you don't. I didn't.
It's exactly that, and the neutral face. Again, I'd like to put emphasis on the detachment of just. He's attached to no style. He's attached to you can't contain him. Whatever style he wants to be, that's what he is that day.
Yeah,
we've seen it. Now, in hindsight, in 2025, we've seen the versatility of what he's to become. So, And I also like the I don't know, that might be the shirt from Scarface. Except
yeah.
But I think Tony's was red, but his he kind of has like one of the alternate Vice City shirts on.
Yeah.
A little tropical. And then the pink hue along with the dark red hue at the top.
Yeah. And then to that, this album cover that we're looking at is also a GIF, which is unique. So it's a moving image, and it kind of fades. It fades like kind of like those ink blot tests almost, but it gives you the feeling like he's either coming out of it but it's a GIF. And so that to me is already kind of adds to the internet thing too. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ali? You're looking at this.
Yeah, the cover, I mean, I see a neutral face. That's kind of somewhat of a staple of his, honestly. Like he's like even like on the 3005 video, like when he's rapping, like he's like on a Ferris wheel with like a stuffed bear, and then while he's rapping and he's literally rapping straight face the whole video. You know what I mean? Like he was just sitting there, or each verse he's rapping straight face, kind of looking off the camera, but like that's kind of one of his things, you know what I mean? But he can go from that to obviously showing a lot of emotion as well in his work. But yeah, like to me, I look like because the internet, I'm kind of just almost like over it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I see. Like because the internet, this is what you get. Like because the internet, issues in relationships, issues with politics, issues with the industry, issues with all these different things. You can basically blame the internet for the current state of the world.
And I like that you mentioned that face, because it's a face of like numbness, numbness to all the stuff going around you. And it also emphasizes those things going around you. Mm-hmm. But that's in the detachment, all of that, that is captured in the music video very well. And you get that sense of that. And I feel like that is, kind of one of those understatements that's being portrayed or communicated through these music videos, through the art form, and that's also due to the internet, really. The internet kind of isolates you or makes you feel like that as well. So
yes,
that's also
isolation for sure.
That's also a key connection there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this album cover is, I think it really pops, and then it's also different too, in a Childish Gambino way with the GIF and everything.
Absolutely.
I don't remember many self-portraits like this except Black on Both Sides. But Black on Both Sides, hence the album cover name. It was
black.
Black on the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this maybe a little influence from that, because that's a similarity that I took, minus the color scheme.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see maybe some homage there. I can see that. All right, so this is the point where we channel into our third segment, which we get into the 3 tracks out of the album that we chose to be kind of our top 3. Then we're going to dive into the lyrics and see what we get out of the lyrics. And I know this is different. This is different from a lot of YouTube channels that you see out there. I'm getting lisp. That you see out there, because usually what you see is somebody playing the song, right? And them nodding their head, pausing it, like, oh yeah, I think this and that. Yeah, we're not doing that. If you're a real fan head, let's try something different. Let's actually dive into the lyrics, read through them, and see what we really pull out, because that's where we start to really dive in and say, oh, what are they saying for real? So we're going to actually look at the lyrics here. The 3 that we chose is going to be Worldstar, number 1, Sweatpants, number 2, and 3005, number 3. We had to go with that, 3005. I feel like that one was one for sure. That was a big one. So starting with Worldstar, and then there was also honorable mentions to Crawl, honorable mentions to
Flight of the Navigator.
Flight of the Navigator. Yeah. I wanted you to talk a little bit about that, Mark, Flight of the Navigator, because we almost went there. Mm-hmm. We almost did, but I wanted to ask you why did you select that one? What was your attention there?
When I first heard Flight of the Navigator, I immediately got this. I immediately took the similarities of like experimentation from Speaker Box and Love Below, and with Speaker Box and Love Below,
Hey,
with a little more emphasis on Love Below. There's a lot of access to instrumentation and Prototype. It reminds me of the song Prototype. The instrumentation for Prototype it's honestly, the instrumental is the song in Prototype to me. Andre 3000 is just there adding a little more to it, and it goes and ties into everything because it's all part of what Atlanta does. And
I like it because it kind of slowed things down in the album, where everything else was kind of like over caffeinated, almost like the feeling of it felt like kind of anxiety, over caffeinated, and then that track kind of slowed it all down for me, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is him completely not rapping. He's on an R&B vibe, and he gives you a little crumb of that, which he later does, but like that to me was really soothing and like. Yeah, kind of like a tranquility in it.
And Flight of the Navigator is a movie with a young, I think it was Ethan Hawke that was in it. It was about a kid who discovers a spaceship, and then the spaceship, it takes him everywhere. And so in this...
So dope reference, too.
Yeah, so in this, with the similarities with that, that's where the instrumentation kind of feels like outer space.
Yeah.
Feels like it's out there.
Yeah.
It's a part of the great beyond.
That also brings up a point, because in this album, Childish Gambino is actually playing a character in this album. He's playing the boy, which the boy is a rich kid that's living in this mansion, just like tweeting stars and celebrities and like just retweeting like Worldstar clips and stuff, which we're about to get in Worldstar right now. But he's retweeting all that kind of stuff. And yet he lives in this mansion. But yeah, he's kind of empty inside. He's kind of like lonely. He's feeling these kind of like feelings of loneliness, and just trying to like work with that and trying to deal with that. But then it results into like just the bad habits and bad things he shouldn't be doing. And then ultimately it leads to a path of like, these parties that he's feeling isolated from. And then he also wants to like he has a failed unlifing event where he tries to unlife himself. And that's where after that Flight of the Navigator comes in. So that kind of makes perfect sense with it. And then I'll touch on what kind of the ending of what kind of where he concludes to later. But Worldstar is going to be the first track.
I think I saw an interview where he mentioned the inspiration, not necessarily for the character, but just for like the premise of the character, as far as being like a young rich kid, was Jaden Smith.
Oh yes, okay.
He was like, because he's like the first kind of example of like a rich black kid that like everybody knows. That's kind of how he looked at it as far as in the modern time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of what he looked at it for that.
Oh man. Okay. Man.
Yep.
I'm like, this is the first time I'm hearing that, so I'm like processing that, because Jaden Smith himself can rap too,
right? He has his own style.
He was an actor as well, But yeah, being Will Smith's son and Jada Pinkett Smith's son, there's a lot.
There's a lot of shadows casted.
Yes, a lot there.
Yes, and to be a rich kid, kind of born into that,
right?
Yeah. Okay, so we go into Worldstar being the first one. Starts off with the intro. And he's just like, he's just getting hype, right? I'm forgetting how the intro goes exactly.
It's like the two guys about to fight, because that was kind of the popular thing on Worldstar.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's like a little commotion happening.
Yeah, so like somebody was like Worldstar, and it's like somebody says that, it's about to be a fight. Basically, that was kind of the thing in the early to mid 2000s where somebody
get knocked out.
Record a fight, get knocked out, post it on Worldstar. Like Worldstar, just quick. Kind of what Worldstar was. Worldstar used, before it became that, it was like an early platform for like, you would get like unreleased mixtape videos. You would get rappers would upload loose records on there, interviews you would never see.
So it started really good, like as a good
it was place. Another kind of, it was like a hip hop breeding ground for both either underground or mainstream, but it was just like outside of going to YouTube and having to deal with all the clearances and stuff, you just upload it to Worldstar. Like I said, it could be a mixtape song, a video that from a song from a mixtape, some interview with an up and coming DJ, all kind of stuff would be on Worldstar. But then somewhere in the, because that Worldstar came out, I want to say like 07. I was early on Worldstar. I was on Worldstar like 07, 08.
So that's right around the time YouTube was born then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right around that.
About
Yeah, about
2006-ish.
like about 05, 06.
Yeah.
Worldstar came out about 07, 08.
Wow.
So I was on there early.
Where
and
you'd
then,
watch the latest Kimbo Slice fights.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So then that started getting, you know what I mean? But then right around, I would say 2010, 11, 12, then it just started becoming known for freaking fights in neighborhoods across America. Like, it's
Your
just,
number one stop for the fade.
you want to see a fight
Worldstar.
from two little girls on a playground
Yeah.
in 2012,
Yeah.
Worldstar. Like, it just devolved
Right.
into that.
Yes.
And then eventually,
Where fades happen.
you know, eventually, I forget the name of the creator of the site. He actually ended up passing away. I want to say like 2015, maybe he passed. But Worldstar probably still lived on for a few years. It might still be up. I don't even know. I haven't been on Worldstar since like 2013, 14. But Worldstar might
That
still
was for
be
the
a site.
better, Ali. That was for the better.
Well, you know, then it's kind of like, man, I hate to say it. I hate to even
I'm gonna
mention
look
this
up- I'm
platform
gonna
on
look
it,
up Worldstar.
but it then kind of reminds me of like OnlyFans. OnlyFans started with good intentions for it to be like for anything where you're a fan of that thing, and it just went straight to
Went straight to smut.
No, seriously, look. So just real quick, I want to see if Worldstar still exists. It actually still does, but like I'm on Worldstar. One of the first things, stripper who made millions on OnlyFans gives advice on how to quit that industry.
Yeah, they flipped Mr.
Like,
Beast on its head.
It's just
I have a bunch of money. Let me tell you how I can get out of stop working.
Yeah, so just to, like see what it's just. Oh, it's disgusting. What
The
Worldstar
shock
came
value.
into.
It's reduced to shock value.
Yeah, man. Worldstar used to be great, but sorry, you just had to go on that tangent.
And with that over caffeinated shock value, you get numbness. You know what I mean? And that's where we come now to because the internet.
Yep.
You know, and the internet's going to do what it does. And here are we suffering the results of that. Worldstar being the first one. Verse 1, Worldstar before rap. You already know that. So Fresh Prince, they about to bring the show back. Listening to Kilo, we can cost a kilo. Hair so long, I'm about to bring the fro back. Phone call, gotta say mushi mushi.
Which is Japanese for hello.
Phone call, gotta say mushi mushi. Girlfriend acting all wishy washy. It's your birthday, make it earthquake. Fell in love with a like mermaid. Daddy, I love him. That's like a little
The
ad-lib.
Little Mermaid ad lib.
That's a first date. Nobody think about it. Worst case. Best case. We on the front page. 10K on the first day. I love that little, like he really, really brought that down to just minimal words, saying so much with minimal words. Yeah, motherfucker, take your phone out to record this. Ain't nobody can ignore this. I'm more or less individual. Oh, what?
That was hard.
Yeah. What? I'm more or less individual making movies with criminals trying to get them residuals. When it all go crazy. When I hear that action, I'm gonna be Scorsese. Man, just talking about how everybody now wants to basically pull out their phone on every little thing and make a movie basically.
That was what Worldstar became.
That's what happened. Interlude again. Hold it horizontal, man. Be a professional. Damn, be a professional. What you doing, man? Get up. Get it right. Oh, Worldstar. Yeah. So yeah, there's a thing where people will record it, vertical, and he's telling them, no, turn that horizontal. Make it like a movie.
Right. If you're gonna do it, make it look like a movie.
At least.
If you're gonna record some ignorance, at least do it like a professional.
At least do it like Scorsese.
You know what I mean?
Jeez, if you're gonna freaking do it.
My girl ain't bad. She more like evil. When I'm looking in the mirror, how fly is this Negro? She's on Hollywood and Vine, thinking she's Hollywood on Vine. Making movies with the friends all the time, showing off her ass. That's a network. But I saw through it like a wet shirt. Hold up. Drive slow because you might swerve off it. Still eat and hate it so salty. Put shrooms in my roommate's coffee and gets more likes than a white girl talking.
That bar.
It's a bar.
More hits than a fight comp. Where they fight cops till they stop. When I heard shots, watching dudes drop from a Glock at a Worldstar. Let me flash on them. Woo. We all big brothers now.
Oh, we all big brothers. Yeah.
We're all big brothers now. Now it's the camera everywhere.
Yeah, you know,
not even reality TV anymore. It is reality on TV. Little sis, let her run around. Money talking. You know the sound. Brr, money counter. Brr, AK. Brr, cell phone. Brr, hello?
Yeah.
Yep.
And to nail these ad-libs, man, he's doing it like a pro.
Yeah.
Ad-libs like nothing.
Yeah.
I like when you said she on Hollywood and Vine, thinking that she Hollywood on Vine. So you got the double meaning there.
Yeah.
So Hollywood and Vine, that's where the Hollywood Walk of Fame is. You know, where you see all the stars. But then he's saying he thinking that she Hollywood on Vine. This is right around the time Vine comes out, which was the kind of the first precursor to making quick, little clips, funny comedic skits on, the internet. Because Vine was only 6 seconds.
Yeah, and you had to make that
You had to be hilarious in 6 seconds before Instagram came. Because this is early Instagram time, but I don't think the videos were even around yet when this album came out, where you can put videos on Instagram when they had the 15-second video, and then they upped it, to 60 seconds. But Vine was 6 seconds. So a lot of the early internet comedian personalities, they started on Vine.
Right.
Where, like I said,
and it was killing it for a minute until Instagram added
when
the
Instagram
video.
got the clips,
over.
Yeah.
But that's some of y'all probably don't even know what Vine is.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Like,
Yeah, because it came and went so fast. Now,
Yep.
I'm surprised Snapchat's still
A thing.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so we jump to, and then after this, you have Dial Up, which is a cool instrumental track. He has some instrumental tracks kind of woven in here, which is kind of cool spacing, and it adds to the screenplay thing too, because you really have the screenplay, the 72 pages screenplay that you play these tracks along to, and he tells you when to play them in the screenplay, and yeah, it's like so layered.
Yeah. For a while, it was all speculative about different movies that you could see in synchronization with other albums.
Oh yes, yeah.
Now this is just literally a synchronization
it's
with the album.
Yeah,
Right.
It's that.
Like, no, I really made this for the album.
Peace to the Worst Guys. That was
with Chance the Rapper.
One.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a dope one.
That was a good music video too.
Yeah, the music videos are also dope too. We jump to Sweatpants. The next one.
Yeah, featuring Jason Martin, formerly known as Problem. And one I just kind of briefly want to mention, kind of even how like he's not really featured on the song as far. He doesn't really have like lyrics or a verse or a hook. He's more so doing like a lot of the ad libs. But Problem was pretty, blowing up on the West Coast around this time, and I just kind of like his evolution as he matured to, change his name from Problem to his government name, Jason Martin. Like, I just think that's a cool story within itself that, we'll cover another day. But I just think that's something dope to mention. It was a long, hard fight he had to do to be able to change his stage name to his real name. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back to that.
But yeah, I'll start with verse 1. Watching haters wonder why Gambino got the game locked. Half tied, thicky, all she wanted to do was bang cock. Got her hair done, French braids, now she ASAP. Bino so insensitive, she asking, why you say that? I'm chilling, real feeling, rich kid asshole, paint me as a villain. Still spitting that cash flow, DJ Khaled. I got a penthouse on both coasts, pH balance. That's hard. That's hard. Real, I rep those. Why though? Because I said so. Hip deep in that Pepto. I got 5 on it like Ben Folds. I got more tail than that Petco. You faker than some sweet and low. Yeah, you got that. Yeah, you got some silverware, but really, are you eating though? Are you eating though? Are you eating though? Breakfast, lunch, and dinners for beginners. You ain't even know.
I like how it goes into like a hook right here.
Yeah, it almost sounds like he's spitting the hook right there. Yep. You breakfast, lunch, and dinners for beginners. You ain't even know. Never catching cases why they faces look so emo. That's hard. Watch a hater hate me. Want to play me like a piano. My architect. The flow of it. My architect no Japanese. Your girl she jocking knees. No hands like soccer teams. And y'all fuck boys like Socrates. You ain't copping these. You ain't looking like me. Nah, I ain't checking ID, but I bounce him with no problem. Tell him problem. I'm winning. Yeah, I'm winning. I'm winning. Yeah, I'm winning. What? I'm winning. Yeah, I'm winning.
Goes hard too with this. Like the beat's crazy hard. I love that though. The no hands like soccer teams, and he's playing with the homonym Socrates.
Hard. Hard.
Oh man, his punchlines are crazy. I got more tail than Petco.
Like you said, the homonym Socrates. So you said y'all fuck boys like Socrates. This is around the time when the soccer jerseys got real popular. You know what I mean? So that became just a trend. Dudes that don't even watch soccer was wearing them. You know what I mean? But around that 2012, 13, 14, that was kind of getting popular. Yeah. But he also was talking about the philosopher Socrates. Like that's a hard double meaning right there.
Or I got 500 like Ben folds when you have the Benjamin Franklin folds. Yeah.
Yep.
That's very clever, witty shit in here. Like that's what he's bringing.
Witty bars.
Yeah, he's bringing that to the table. Verse 2, different color, my passport, Instagram, my stack load, hashtag my daywear, and your girl drank my daycare.
Oh, wow.
And I'm born rich. Life ain't fair. It's silver spoon, coon, ho. Ain't nobody sicker is my Fisker. Vroom, vroom, ho. Ain't nobody. Fiskers don't make noise when they start up. Just so you know.
See, that was that's one of the conversation.
Oh, yeah,
that's him talking. Fiskers don't make noise when they start up, just so you know. You know what I mean? He's just he had to do that, just a little conversation piece.
Top of the holy totem. Richer, richer, rich forever. A million was not the quota. My father owned half the MoMA and did it with no diploma. Year off, got no rules. Tripping off of them toadstools. More green than my Whole Foods. Ooh. And I'm too fly. Jeff Goldblum. That's how you know you just like swagging it. Like Jeff Goldblum. Like that's crazy. Got a glass house in the Palisades. That's a AKA White Hood, OKKK. Furniture custom. You shop at IKEA. Show Maserita. You whipping a Kia. Spending this money. It's longer than Nia. Live.
Nia Long.
Yep.
Live like a Coppola. Me and Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia Coppola, the director of acclaimed director, daughter of Francis Ford Coppola.
Waking up broke, man. Wouldn't want to be a friends with the dope man. Help a re-up. Bring a girlfriend, man. Trouble when I see her. I'm onomatopoeia. Oh, I got my cool on, tailor-made. I'm winning, so they had to dump the Gatorade. Oh, these punchlines, dude. They're just things you didn't really catch. He's catching all those nick and crannies, and I don't give a fuck about my family name.
Damn.
That's tough. I don't give a fuck about my family name. Damn. All right, so we move on to the third track, which is the next track.
So just to kind of dive into that last bar, he's kind of basically saying that because the kind of the first known black dude last name Glover was Danny Glover.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So he so he's like, don't
kind of like separated himself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Peace to him with the Super Mario reference of tripping off them toadstools.
That's a good one. I missed that one. A lot of those though dropped in here. A lot of those little punchlines you'll catch. Repeat value for sure.
Even the White Hood, White Hood, OKKK.
Yeah.
So obviously KKK, Ku Klux Klan with the White Hoods, but that's also a play off of what Lil Scrappy used to do that in the beginning of his songs. He'd be like, OKKK.
Yeah.
That was him playing off of that as well. So that's
kind of give homage to that too.
Exactly. Yeah, early crunk era. Yeah. So yeah, because Lil Scrappy used to work with Lil Jon a lot.
And the beat goes perfect to that too because it has a little crump to it. Yeah.
So yeah, very very good homage there.
Man, and then the title Sweatpants. I think he just said, that's just where a rich person just wears it when they don't give a fuck. Like they wear the sweatpants. Like
that's it.
So yeah. Very short but descriptive.
Yeah.
Very minimal words, but yet can get you on these little witty punchlines like oh, what? Like, yeah. We move on to the third track, which is 3005. Beat produced by Ludwig, Stefan, and then Childish Gambino. Chorus, kind of more of like a catchy, kind of like a radio hook, I think, for this one. No matter what you say or what you do, well, now I'd rather be with you. For these other,
I'll be right by your side till 2005. Hold up.
That hold up thing was like
that was big at that time. Yeah. Yep.
Hold up.
Yep. And like so they so he said that this was either the last song or one of the last songs for the album.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't necessarily say he was making this for the radio, but while making it, he was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna be the radio song for the album. Like if there was going to be one to hit, it's gonna be this one."
And you kind of want one. I know, like, you know, we want to be cool and be like, "Nah, no radio hits," but you for it to be successful, you kind of need one.
You kind of need at least one.
At least one on there.
Even if it's not, but again, the best ones are not intentional.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Very
like
true.
you can feel that it's gonna be one without intentionally making it like, hey, we gotta make a song for the radio. That's different.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, verse 1.
Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. All good just a week ago. Crew at my house and we party every weekend. So on the radio, that's my favorite song. Make me bounce around like I don't know, like I won't be here long. Now the thrill is gone. Got no patience because I'm not a doctor. Girl, why is you lying? Why you Mufasa? Yeah, mi casa su casa. Gotta strip it like Gaza. Oh man, that comes around now. Got so high off volcanoes. Now the flow is so lava. Yeah, we spit that saliva. iPhone got message from Viber. Either the head is so Hydra or we let bygones be bygones. My God, you pay for your friends.
So
I'll take that as a compliment. Got a house full of homies. Why I feel so the opposite. Incompetent ain't the half of it. Saturdays we young lavishes. Saddest shit is I'm bad as it. Beans they took from the cabinet. Sorry, I'm just scared of the future. Till 2005, I got your back. We can do this. Hold up.
Hold up. Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up. Hold up.
And in the music video, like I said, he's riding a Ferris wheel with a stuffed bear.
Very iconic.
But as the video is going, the bear kind of is a representation of childhood innocence.
Yeah.
And as the video's going, the bear gets destroyed. Like you start seeing like the stuffing come out, faces getting messed up, and by the end of the video, he gets off the Ferris wheel, and then the bear's just sitting there all beat up looking. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then the Ferris wheel is always associated with like youth, and so him like Childish Gambino being on it, he's a part of that journey. But you can still see that even time still moves on with the bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Verse 2. I used to care what people thought, but now I care more. Man, nobody's out here's got it figured out, so therefore I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow like Coltrane. We blow like Coltrane, dang.
Yeah.
We in here like Rogaine or leave it like Cobain.
In here?
In hair,
Oh,
Rogaine.
Wow. That's another homonym there.
Yeah.
And when I'm long gone, whole crew sing a swan song. Because we all just ticking time bombs. Got a Lambo like LeBron's mom. I love the LeBron's mom Lambo time bombs. Like, and no matter where all of my friends go, Emily, Fam, and Lorenzo, all of them people, my kinfolk, and at least I think so. Can't tell because when them checks clear, they're not here because they don't care. They don't care. It's kind of sad, but I'm laughing wherever it happens. Assassins are stabbed in the back of my cabin. Labrador yapping. I'm glad that it happened to
This
him.
when you're doing that kind of that Eminem thing I was telling.
I can see that here. Yeah, between us, I think there's something special. And then if I lose my mental, just hold my hand, even if you don't understand. Hold up.
Yeah, because he was like, because they don't care. It's kind of sad, but I'm laughing. Whatever happens, assassin is stabbed in the back of a cabin, Labrador yapping. Yeah, like he was. That's prime Eminem right there.
yeah.
Like that is literally like that sounds like the Scary Movie verse he did.
Yeah.
Like perfect.
Yeah. And again, that just plays like what we were talking about earlier, like the multi-style to this guy. Yeah. And then we got to the chorus, and then, he ended up with the chorus. And Man, big track. Then beyond this, you have the playing around before the party starts. So it's just him on a piano. And it's just like him showing kind of this isolation or this, what do they call it? Just an introvert, somebody who's not really trying to be around people at this moment.
Right.
So, this album. And then at the end of it, just because I was trying to explain kind of the summary, the end of it, he comes to like a realization, like nothing really matters. Like we're here and we're gone. And, you know, it's kind of a realization that it's all kind of this big joke. Like it's all funny. We're here. We shouldn't be here. I'm doing an interview right now. In space. Like what the heck? Like it's all funny and it's all doesn't mean nothing, but we're here. And so he kind of just comes to realization of that, you know, dealing with his own anxieties and stuff. So, man, pretty cool album. And just, you know, the rollout of this and the promotion, all the effort put behind it, man. That to me is what stands out the most, is the effort and doing it so differently. Like, I feel like this is, it feels like what rappers do today, you know? A lot of rappers try to get really creative and try to do stuff, but this was in 2013. Is
over 10 years ago.
Yeah. You know, so to me, that he was really early on that, on that piece. What's the takeaway for you guys on this album?
To me, it's a kind of I don't want to say a time capsule, but I'll just say time capsule of not only where society was as far as the impacts of the internet, but also where hip hop was as far as the different sides of, you know, the blog era, what I always call one of the more, you know, interesting times in hip hop, where, like I say, you had to establish yourself on the internet before you blew up.
Yeah.
Childish Gambino is an example of that. Again, he had his first album was really buzzing online. I never got into it because, like I said, I didn't get into it because his name was too weird for me to even try. I was like, Childish Gambino, I'm not listening to that. And then, like I said, I saw him on that Cypher. That's what made me, you know, pay attention to him. But, you know, it shows his range as an MC, as an artist. I don't even want to just say MC, just as an artist, as a creative, period. Yeah. And this was really the first real stepping stone to where he would go to, like I said, eventually become the first rapper to win a Grammy for Record of the Year. I mean, that's one of the big 3 or 4 awards. The big three, I think. Is it record, song, album? The big three. The big 3 Grammy awards is Album of the Year, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year. And to be the first rapper to win that Record of the Year Grammy, to me, this album set the course for him to eventually do that.
Yeah. What you think, Mark?
We after listening to it and actually figuring out like some key points to bring along for the show, I'm glad we ended up listening to this one, because I still had to break that barrier of just trying to, like, okay, all right, we'll listen to this. And I don't say that with like reluctance or anything, but it's like I eventually have to get to these albums, and I enjoy the 15 or so albums I just constantly listen to anyway. Yeah. So each new venture is great in that aspect, but this is a footnote in 2013, because it's funny how this wasn't this was like everyone shied away from the album, but now had this been released today, everyone like,
oh
yeah,
everyone's
genius.
Oh,
this would be,
oh my god,
this would be way more lauded than it, even. I mean, it got some love then, but yeah, it would have gotten way more love had it dropped in like 2021 or something.
Which is a clue into how vastly talented he is. Not, you know, talent aside for him, you know, behind on the silver screen, but this was his moment of like, hey, look, like I also do this. I do it really well. Check it out. And now coming back to it and understanding, like, my guy was a decade early on this one, but he ended up getting his just desserts his just due, because, you know, the awards and the accolades show up, and it's like, yeah, the range and the artistry is paying off in dividends now.
Yeah. I like that, the fact that, you know, he comes in as, it's kind of like, you know, let's say, like, if we're thinking in basketball terms, you know, playing like joining in the rec ball league and dominating, as opposed to going into like an official league and paying money to get into it and do all this. He stepped into the hip hop music genre and came and just dominated without like having to like necessarily pay all these dues to get into it and be accepted. You know, he was able to come in and like effortlessly just like, yo, I'm here. Like, whether you like it or not,
Right.
I'm dominating in this rec league.
I'm here.
I'm in this rec league balling up right now.
Yeah.
And you guys are all B strings. Like, what's up? You know, like to me, that's kind of like the attitude. He came in knowing he had the confidence to do what he does. And I feel like he came in like, hey, I know you don't think I'm a rapper, but I'm about to out-rap you right now. Like,
He was bold.
You know?
He made a lot of bold statements.
Yeah.
I mean, even going to This Is America, he said originally that line was meant to be a Drake diss.
Right.
You know what I mean? Originally, he once he got it more into the song, he kind of fell back off of that sentiment.
But can you imagine a Drake diss on
He
that
said
beat?
originally it was supposed to be a Drake
Like the
diss.
timeline of, where would that have gone? You know?
Right, had he actually gone through with that.
Yeah.
He's so a decade ahead. He's dissing Drake
Before
a decade
everybody
earlier.
else.
Before everybody can get to it.
He was about 7 years early on this and Drake.
Yeah, talk about ahead of the curve on all these aspects.
Yep.
Yeah, so to me, it's like 3005 makes total sense. You know, he's so ahead.
Oh yeah,
Way ahead. A whole millennium ahead.
literally 1,000 years ahead.
Millennium. Yeah.
So, piece of this album, and then for those, let us know who's watching and listening. Let us know what you guys think about the album.
Yeah.
What you think about Childish Gambino? Do you like him? Do you not like it? Do you like what do you like about it? Put us on game and tell us, about some albums that you like of his, and might dive into those as well. So let us know. And then also too, we're on the journey to 6,000. We need your guys' help. Please like, subscribe, do all those things. We know you're out there. We know you're out there. If you're sub to us, we appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
We just asked for a little like button.
We just hit 5,700 subs.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for getting us to that
Yes.
milestone, inching closer and closer to 6,000. So
The subscribership to viewers per episode does not correlate.
No.
And we need that correlation to be on par.
Yes.
But we also need to know what it's going to take from, the people subscribed.
Watching, right, yeah.
So
All right, Mark, man, let him have it.
to the MCs, if you drop a mic, drop a like.
hold up.
But hold up. Like, share, subscribe.
Hold up. Till 2005.